everybody. Today we are going to talk about poison ivy, poison oak, and poison sumac. These nasty plants not only can be found in US, they also can be found in Canada, China, Malaysia, and Japan. Since we're living in the States, let's see where they grow here. Let's start with poison ivy. There's two kinds of poison ivy, the eastern and the western. Eastern poison ivy grows in three different ways. It grows on the ground, it climbs, and it sometimes appears as a shrub. It is a massive problem from Midwest through the East. It grows everywhere, like by the roadside, path, pond, stream, and beach. Western poison ivy is usually a ground vine. It grows mainly in the west. In the east, it interbreeds with the eastern type. It's not commonly found as compared to eastern poison ivy. How do the leaves look like? There are some basic rules. Poison ivy always have leaves of 3, never has more. It has red spot where bottom 2 leaflets join together. Number 2, poison ivy never grows side by side. It goes left, right, left, right. Number 3, poison ivy never has thorns, never has saw-toothed or scalloped edges. They usually have smooth or jagged leaves. This is poison ivy. The baby leaves come out in spring and they are red in color. As the leaves mature, they turn green. As you can see, it has smooth edges and leaves of 3. A note to remember, some baby leaves are green, not red. Having red leaves is not a rule. Here is another picture of poison ivy. Instead of smooth edges, it has jagged leaves. As soon as the first leaves show up, you will see flower buds. They are small, green, or greenish yellow in color. They form clusters close to the vine. This is another picture of the flower buds for poison ivy. Again, as you can see, they are greenish yellow in color and grow in clusters. Poison ivy flowers bloom in spring. They are small and off-white with orange centers. Flowers also grow in clusters. Poison ivy berries are just as toxic as the rest of the plants. In the late summer to early fall, they turn from pale green to white color. They are edible for birds, but not humans. This is another picture of the poison ivy berries. In fall, they look so pretty like the maple trees. Leaves can be red, yellow, or orange. When the leaves fall, berries are easier to see. Here, the berries are more visible during the fall. Take a look at this. Is this poison ivy? No, it is Virginia creeper. Why? This is because it has 5 leaves. How about this one? Is this poison ivy? What do you think? Well, it has both poison ivy and Virginia creeper. In winter, poison ivy loses its leaves, exposing its roots, which can be bare or hairy. These roots can continue to grow and lengthen by attaching themselves to trees, walls, or ground cover. Remember, any parts of the plant can cause a very nasty rash. Here, in this picture, you can easily see the poison ivy berries. Now you know how to identify poison ivy.
What about poison oak and poison sumac? Now let's talk about poison oak. There are two types of poison oak, the eastern and the western, just like poison ivy.
Eastern poison oak looks identical to poison ivy. They grow in dry, sandy areas. They are usually a ground vine or a small shrub. Western poison oak, on the other hand, grows as a ground vine, shrub, and a climbing vine. It grows almost all over California. They are not as common as eastern poison ivy, but there is plenty of it. Both poison oak always grows left and right, never side by side. They never have thorns of any kind, never has edges like these.
There's a difference between the leaves for eastern and western poison oak.
Eastern poison oak always has leaves of 3, never has more. Western poison oak almost always has leaves of 3, rarely has more. Sometimes they have leaves of 5, 7, and 9. Poison oak has leaves that look like oak leaves, hence its name. Just like poison ivy, usually baby leaves come out as red and turns green when they mature. This picture shows poison oak flower buds, which are about to burst into clusters of flowers. Here, a honeybee happily feeds on a poison oak blossom. A chipmunk munches on the poison oak berries, which is also a popular snack for birds. Remember, it's not for humans.
Last of all, we're going to be talking about poison sumac.
A few notes about poison sumac. They belong to the family of poison ivy and poison oak. They are not related to other sumac plants. These plants love water. That's why they are found only in wet areas. They are usually a shrub. Poison sumac has 7 to 13 leaflets per stem. They have smooth surfaces and pointed tips. They also have red stems. This picture shows a growing tip of a poison sumac tree. See how the end leaf has a little side leaf? Some stalks have the little extra leaf, while others don't. In fall, the leaves are very pretty too. They can be yellow, orange, or red. As you can see, the berries are more visible during this time of the year. One thing to note is the berries are not perfectly round. Just like poison ivy, the berries for poison sumac are whitish in color. Birds love to eat them during winter. Is this poison sumac? No, this is staghorn sumac. Why? First of all, the leaves are serrated, unlike poison sumac that has smooth edges. Next, notice the berries. Poison sumac have white berries, not red, and they grow separately, not fused together like in the picture. Another point to note is poison sumac berries usually hangs down, not upright. Lastly, these staghorn sumac grow in dry ground areas. Poison sumac loves wet areas. This is not poison sumac, but staghorn sumac. Here, the berries are still green, which will eventually turn red, and they are upright. Notice the leaves are serrated?
or sawtoothed? How about this one? Is this poison sumac? Notice how there are leafy wings along the leaf stalk? Poison sumac doesn't have those wings. This is winged sumac. Again, this is winged sumac. If you see closely, there are leafy wings on the stalk. Here, the berries are red, not white like poison sumac. This is a picture of winged sumac. It's not poison sumac.
Let's talk about the